Earlier. Yeah. Edwards has averaged a team-high 14 points to go with 6 rebounds per game. Good evening and welcome back to Fox 23 News at 9. I'm Zach Sivadar. Today, Conference USA announced their all-conference teams, and the 1-2 punch of Tyree Griffin and Cortez Edwards both landed on the all-conference second team. Edwards has averaged a team-high 14 points to go along with 6 rebounds per game. He was also named to the CUSA All-Defensive Team. The Oklahoma State transfer Griffin, meanwhile, dishes at an eye-boggling pace. He's dished out Good evening and welcome back to Fox 23 News at 9. I'm Zach Sivadar. Today, Conference USA announced their all-conference teams, and the 1-2 punch of Tyree Griffin and Cortez Edwards both landed on the all-conference second team. Edwards has averaged a team-high 14 points to go with 6 rebounds per game. He was also named to the CUSA All-Defensive Team. The Oklahoma State transfer Griffin, meanwhile, dishes at an eye-boggling pace. He's dished out the 5th highest assist per game in the country at 7.2 per game to go along with 14 points a night. The duo marks the program's first league postseason honoree since 2015. Southern Miss begins play in the Conference USA tournament on Thursday night. On the women's side, Shantae Hales was named to the All-Conference USA first team today. Hales has been a force for USM, averaging nearly 13 points per game to go along with 4.5 assists per night. Hales has erupted for 30 or more on 2 different occasions, both of which coming over the last 4 weeks. Lady Eagles take on North Texas in the first round of the conference tournament later this week. Despite phenomenal seasons that led to NCAA tournament championship game appearances, the MSU Lady Bulldogs have been tripped up short of an SEC tournament title each of the last 3 years by the Gamecocks of South Carolina. But on Sunday, MSU was determined to finally get their highly coveted SEC crown. Dogs looking to earn the #1 seed for the NCAAs, taking on 10th-seeded Arkansas. Zaria Wiggins getting some early run in the game's second quarter, puts the Dogs up 16 later in the period. Tiara McCowan is going to go to work first. She gets the bucket under the rim. Then McCowan going to use her size and strength to power through for 2 more. But the Dogs, they did it from distance as well. Breamber Scott left open on the wing. She knocks it home. Then with under a minute to go, the game, well, it isn't in question, but that won't stop Andre Espinoza Hunter, whose 3 gives the Dog a hundo. She hit a record 8 threes in an SEC tournament game to finish with a game-high 24, and the SEC tournament crown finally belongs to the Dogs.
Man, she's made me a better coach. She's just been a real blessing for me personally as well as professionally. This is why you do what you do. She's going to graduate. I think she corrected me. I said a 2.67. I think it's a 2.7 something, but she's going to graduate in 4 years. That's going to be such a big day for me personally to see her graduate and walk that stage. So I'm just so proud of her. Her mama Tracy entrusted us with her. I hope we hadn't let them down.
Pittsburgh Steelers have pulled the trigger on an Antonio Brown trade, sending the disgruntled All-Pro wide receiver to the Oakland Raiders for a 3rd and 5th round pick late Saturday night. Per Brown's request, the Raiders will restructure the 30-year-old's current deal. He'll now make $50.1 million over the next 3 seasons, over $30 million of that guaranteed. The trade of Brown will be made official when the new league year opens on Wednesday. Brown has caught at least 100 balls for at least 1,200 yards, with 8 or more touchdowns per year in his last 6 seasons. And the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series in Phoenix this weekend for the Ticket Guardian 500. And a late race battle with about 20 to go between Ryan Blaney and Kyle Busch would decide the outcome after a back-and-forth race for the top spot. It lasted nearly 5 laps. Busch able to finally pull away and set sail for his first Cup win of the season, becoming the 4th different driver in 4 races to clinch a playoff spot. The win for Busch was his 199th across the top 3 touring NASCAR series. They'll pack it up for California next week to wrap up their 3-week Western trip. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment.
Change my clothes because I got cold fronts move through our area, or a little bit of a front, dropping our temperature.
Hey, coming up, it's Mark. Hope all is well. How's everybody?
Lawmaker makes a huge push for criminal justice reform coming up.
Well, it's been a warm and overcast day across the area. We've had a few showers, even a few rumbles of thunder on off to our north, but those have since decreased in intensity and pretty much cleared on out of our area on off to the east. Now, how's the rest of the week look? I'll talk all about it in just a little bit. Your Fox 23 News at 9 starts now.
A Mississippi lawmaker makes a huge push for criminal justice reform. Coming up next, I'll tell you how he says this will affect the state in a positive way. Stay tuned for those details.
Lumberton City Mayor Quincy Rogers is taking action to ensure Lamar County becomes a wet county to create a tax base for rural areas. More details next.
Good evening, I'm Lauren McCullough.
And I'm Mark Edwards. Thanks for turning to Fox 23 News at 9. What started out as an argument quickly turned deadly in downtown Hattiesburg. Police say a man was found shot early Sunday morning at the intersection of Main and Front Street. Authorities say the victim, who has been identified as Ronnie Turner, was taken to a nearby hospital where he died from his injuries. The incident was a domestic related between two family members. One person involved in the incident was questioned and released. There are no charges at this time. Well, a Mississippi State senator wants to see change in the criminal justice system.
In an exclusive interview, the senator explains why he believes change is important and how it will affect the state as a whole. Fox 23's Corey Howard with the details.
Back in 1991, Super Bowl Sunday, my father was murdered. And at that same time,
28 years later, Mississippi State Senator Juan Barnett still feels the pain from his father's death. Barnett found out about his father's death 3 days after it happened, while he was fulfilling his military obligation in Iraq.
The individual that murdered my father did very little jail time.
Barnett admits for many years he felt anger, frustration, and bitterness towards the country's judicial system.
It just really bothered me because I found myself fighting for a country and its freedoms and everybody else's freedoms, but I feel like our judicial system had let me and my family down.
After harboring years worth of negative feelings, Barnett says one day he finally did the toughest thing in his life. He forgave the man that killed his father.
It's like a voice just spoke to me and said, you know, until you can learn how to forgive, then you'll forever be in this place.
Now Barnett's an advocate for criminal justice reform, pushing for nonviolent offenders to receive what he calls a second chance.
So I think when we begin to see how criminal justice reform could be both beneficial to the individual as well as the state, then we'll begin to see how a lot of our tax dollars will also be saved as a result.
As of right now, Mississippi taxpayers spend more than $300 million each year on the current prison system. However, this could change with House Bill 1352, which Barnett plans to introduce during this year's session. Corey Howard, Fox 23 News.
Other politicians across the state also voiced their desire for criminal justice reform, including Governor Phil Bryant. A big day in Mississippi politics tomorrow, as thousands of Mississippians will head to the polls for this year's special elections. The state will look to fill 3 vacant seats left in the House of Representatives, one of those seats being the District 101 seat, which Brad Touchstone resigned from after being elected to serve as the Lamar County judge this past November. In total, 5 candidates qualified for the District 101 seat. You can see their names listed on your screen. If a candidate does not receive more than 50% of the votes tomorrow, then a runoff election will take place April the 2nd. Lamar County officials say they have gathered nearly 1,200 signatures on a petition that supports residents voting on the opportunity to make Lamar a wet county.
Yeah, Lamar Mayor Quincy Rogers weighs in on the matter, encouraging residents to consider the possibility of more tax dollars through alcohol sales tax. Fox 23's Alyssa Cole has more.
Right now, Lamar County is designated as a dry county, and alcohol is not allowed outside of Hattiesburg city limits. But that could all change. This election year, more than 1,000 people have already signed a petition to vote on Lamar going from dry to wet.
Economically, it's a win-win for the whole county. Lamar County is probably within the top 4, top 5. One of the fastest growing counties in the state of Mississippi.
Lumberton Mayor Quincy Rogers says this has been a mission within his administration for years. They want to create a tax base to add on to municipal finances.
We average maybe $14,000, $15,000 a month as for the regular sales tax, which isn't very much. By the time you pay your police department, your workers, plus insurance, you're back at square one again.
Mayor Rogers says it won't fix every problem, but it could encourage people to live and build businesses in Lumberton. Potential alcohol tax money could be used to improve infrastructure.
A certain portion of that money, our schools would benefit from it. We'll be able to fix it, maybe pave a street or two. Every year, every 2 years, you might be able to do a section of the city.
Based on the number of registered voters in Lamar County, the mayor says the petition would need about 5,500 signatures to reach the required 20% of voters. Once that is complete, the petition will be presented to the Board of Supervisors for consideration to be added to the ballot for this year's upcoming election. Alyssa Cole, Fox 23 News.
Well, if you want to sign the petition, you can go to our website or any Ramsey's Marketplace store in Lumberton, Sumrall, or Purvis. Meanwhile, a highly debated topic in Mississippi's public school system surrounds the idea of statewide tests. Politicians and numerous educators say they believe over-testing interferes with a student's ability to learn. Advocates of lighter test loads say educators spend too much time preparing students for a test and keeps them from teaching students valuable lessons they need in the future. Mississippi State Superintendent of Education weighs in on the issue.
Well, we've got a testing task force that's working on that right now. We sent out a district survey, and that data is back. And now we have just administered a teacher survey, so those data will be coming in over the next, say, 6 weeks, and then we'll sit back and let the task force take a look at all the data and then make recommendations around that. So I think that's what the public is anxious to see, is exactly what are we going to find and what are the recommendations going to be from that point.
According to the U.S. News and World Report, the federal government mandates all students from the 3rd through the 8th grade must take tests in math, English, and language arts.
A new scam has callers telling people their Social Security cards have been suspended. Coming up, what to do if you believe you've been targeted.
And if you need a job, don't like the idea of clocking in from the 9 to 5, Amazon is hiring, and you don't need to leave the couch. We'll tell you how to apply and be a customer service associate next.
You need a job, but you don't like the idea of clocking in from 9 to 5 at an office. Well, Amazon is hiring, and you don't even have to leave the couch in order to head to the office. The online retail giant announcing it's on a hiring spree for customer service associates. Amazon looking for more than 3,000 remote workers across 18 states. The job will pay about $15 an hour, and it includes health care coverage after 90 days of employment. Amazon will be looking for people with flexible hours and customer service experience. But that doesn't necessarily mean call center experience is needed. Jean maker Levi Strauss wants to deepen its pockets. It plans to raise $587 million by going public on the stock market. The San Francisco company offering up some $9.5 million in shares, while its selling stockholders are offering about $27.2 million. A total of 36.7 million shares will be going public, with stocks priced between $14 to $16 each. The company plans to trade under the Levi symbol.
Con artists are targeting people across the country with tax season with calls telling people their Social Security cards have been suspended. Victims are told they need to provide personal information to the caller in order to reactivate their accounts. In some cases, the caller even threatens the victim with arrest if they don't comply. The information is then used for identity theft or to steal the tax refund. Anyone who receives a call like this should hang up immediately and report it to their local authorities. Well, the first day of spring may be over a week away, but that's not stopping people from getting a head start on spring break.
Sounds good to me. Fox's Jennifer Holton speaks to vacationers wanting to escape the cold weather.
January brought us a pirate invasion. But by March, we've got an invasion of a different kind. Spring break vacationers.
We're from Carmel, Indiana.
Topeka, Kansas.
Muncie, Indiana.
I'm in from Ottawa, Canada.
Many fled to Madeira Beach after being fed up with the North's cold temperatures.
It was 20 degrees when we left Illinois, so this is beautiful.
When I left yesterday, it was 28. And what did it get today? 87, 88?
The next month is supposed to be a busy one for the Bay Area. Tampa International Airport is expecting 3.6 million passengers to fly in over the next 6 weeks. And St. Pete Clearwater International Airport projects that it will see 240,000 passengers in March, up from 237,000 last March. Though the air traffic expects a spike, there's a difference of opinions on road traffic.
Traffic's been actually pretty good.
Horrible. There is so much traffic.
It's busier today, but it's not been bad.
One thing's for certain, it's been a boom for many restaurant owners in Madeira Beach.
Crazy, busy, crazy busy.
Dockside Dave's waitress Sandra Gardeline says they look forward to seeing the familiar faces every year.
Well, we look forward to this season. It's crazy and it's just fun.
In her opinion, the draw for spring breakers is threefold.
The sunshine and the beaches and the grouper from Dockside Dave's.
Grouper's a big fish.
That sounds tasty, and that weather looks tasty. Are we gonna have anything like that?
No.
No, give it a few weeks,
Our
a few
temperature
months.
day was nice. We did receive, I mean, look at this, 78 degrees for today. So we were above normal, above average. Yeah, there you go, Mark, after it's on the screen. We did pick up a little rain today, and unfortunately, I think we're gonna have some more rain in store for us. We'll talk about it after the break. And welcome back again. It was a pretty warm day across our area. 78 degrees was our high, 59 being our low, so well above our normals. Yeah, we did pick up a little rain, just over 1/10 of an inch, and we're sitting right about where we should be for this time of year. How about outside right now? Yeah, well, there's that front that those showers and a few thunderstorms were associated with. That has moved on off to our south. You can see behind it, we're left with some 50s, some 60s, and I wish we were Baton Rouge. You're still in the 70s right now. Unfortunately, we can't be, and you can really see it on our 24-hour temperature change. Most places a couple degrees, and as you get to Wiggins, Hattiesburg, and Laurel, we're talking 10 to over 15 degrees below what we were yesterday. So a little bit of a temperature change. Showed this earlier. There's those showers moving on off again. Most of that was to our north and didn't impact us here in Hattiesburg. And check out our water vapor. You can see where all that came from. Some of those storms kind of firing up actually along the Florida coast. Plenty of moisture on off to our west. This will make its way towards our area as there is a pretty large system that's going to impact pretty much the entirety of the central U.S., including us as it kind of develops, which it currently is, and it's going to become kind of a little bit of a monster as we get on to Wednesday and Thursday. Lows for tonight will remain in the 50s. Those winds 5-10 miles per hour out of the northeast. Mostly cloudy skies, so we may get a slight break to see maybe the moon for a little bit, as well as the sun tomorrow, as the winds will still remain 5-10 miles per hour, and we'll still be, look at that, in the mid-70s. So again, another warm day in store for us. Just want to show you our future radar. Over tonight, we're going to be clear on into tomorrow. Maybe a few scattered showers on off to the west near Brookhaven and Macomb. Overall, your Wednesday is looking pretty nice, as well as your Tuesday. And then once we get into Wednesday night, that's a little bit of a change in the weather. So the jet stream kind of takes a dip right here. You'll have the low pressure system, which is going to be really forming up over Nebraska and really kind of deepening. And we're talking snow showers out to the north of that. And there's going to be a cold front trailing back along with it. Some showers again and thunderstorms into our region Wednesday night through Thursday and potentially into Thursday night as well. Over the next 7 days, we're only talking, and I say only because this has gone down since last week, 1 to 2 inches of rain. Most of us are going to be on the lower end of that, but I put 2 inches here because where those heavier cells set up, It's going to be more of a squall line moving through, so anytime you get those heavier cells, you can have maybe an inch or so more than you expect. But overall, not too bad. The moisture return is going to be the big thing with this. As that low pressure and that cold front gets closer, how much moisture are we going to return from the Gulf? And that is the big question, as well as how much instability can we get in here. Right now, the system has kind of gone back a little bit, slowed down, which is good because it kind of weakens a little bit. But we'll watch it as it gets closer. So your weather brought to you by Richard Schwartz and Associates. Here we go. Tuesday, sun, we'll have a few high clouds, 75 degrees, 74 for Wednesday. We're going to be starting to cloud up tomorrow afternoon, especially into your Wednesday overcast skies. Showers and thunderstorms around for your Thursday, 78 degrees. And then that cold front moves on through, and look what it does to our temperatures. We're talking 64 for your Friday, and we're going to start your weekend in the mid-50s. Overnight low Saturday night will be in the 30s, but thankfully we get a quick warm-up back into the low 60s for Sunday, as well as the upper 60s to start next week. So overall, it's not looking too bad. We're talking temperatures mostly above normal, except once we get into the weekend, they'll be below normal. We got to get through some showers and thunderstorms around, but as of right now, it's looking a little bit. You okay there?
Yeah, I'm sore throat. I hope I can make it through the week.
You're allergic to the weather, but
yeah, I need some
allergies
warm
are bad
weather.
right now. Allergies are bad.
Need some warm weather. Is what
warm
I need.
weather?
Yeah, like something about
we
some
got warm
80s
weather.
or 90s.
Yeah, not yet.
All right. Thanks a lot, sir. Stick around. Sports is next.
All right, well, we'll get a little break in the action for tomorrow, at least for clouds. We'll have a few high clouds across the area. Still see some sunshine, though, and then clouds on the increase going into your Wednesday, especially Thursday. Again, starting Wednesday night, we'll have some showers and thunderstorms around on into your Thursday. Cold front moves on through, drops us into the 60s for Friday, and we're going to start your weekend a little on the chilly side, 57 degrees. And then we get a nice warm-up, 62 for Sunday and 69 for Monday, and there is 130 on there. Thankfully, it is above freezing, so don't have to worry too much about it, but, you know, go ahead and keep your heavy coat around. So
Just for the morning.
Just for the morning, yeah, and then we'll warm up. But even though after that, we're still talking Sunday night having lows in the 40s. Yeah, so
that's
for me, that's heavy coat weather.
Yeah.
Don't know about tough guy Mark over here. He walks outside in a t-shirt. But
hey, listen.
Sounds like he needs to have a coat on for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, he's getting all those, you know, coughing fits and stuff.
Yeah, but I'll be okay.
You'll be okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching Fox 23 News at 9. Have a great evening.
Follow us online, like us on Facebook, and visit our website, myfox23.com.